TIFU by eating Oreos and making my mom think she was going crazy. This happened around 2010 when I was roughly 24 years old. I still lived at home with my mom, who always had a sweet tooth. Now, by this time she was suffering from some early onset dementia and did not work, so she had a lot of time on her hands. She liked to call customer service numbers and give them a hard time about little things for some human interaction, in my opinion. She had been calling Nabisco several times about her opening brand new Oreo packages and finding the center row of the tray almost completely devoid of Oreos. I knew this because she had mentioned it and would leave notes from her phone calls around. I rolled my eyes as I was used to her being a little nutty. According to her, it kept happening and she began taking photos of the Oreos each time it happened to try to prove to Nabisco that she wasn't making this up. I assumed she was eating them and forgetting. One day, I'm in the kitchen and I open up a brand new package of Oreos and grab several from the center row. As I start walking away, it finally hit me. She didn't realize that Oreo had updated their packaging to having the easy open pull tab on the top. She was still opening the side of the package and sliding the tray out. I was the Oreo thief the whole time and didn't know it. We had a good laugh over it. My mom died shortly thereafter in January 2012 and my sister bought me an Oreo Christmas ornament. I smile as I recall the Oreo incident when I decorate my tree each year. TL, Doctor, I was using the new easy open pull tab on the top of Oreo packages while my mom was still opening the package from the side and sliding the tray out, which led to her thinking Nabisco was shorting us Oreos. Sorry to hear about your mom's passing, but that is such a sweet story and memory. Finding the pics on her camera hopefully provided some catharsis after such a painful event. We also found that she had tried to take selfies and it was the cutest thing ever. And now I'm crying at work because my mom is in later stage Alzheimer's and is a big fan of Oreos. Great story, Op. I'll just be over here in the corner sniffling. Sorry to make you cry. Your comment choked me up. It's a cycle of crying. Oh wow, that is bittersweet. Sorry for your loss. Story behind it is pretty hilarious and glad you two had a good laugh about it, though smile. We had a good laugh over it. My mom died shortly thereafter. Jesus Christ, what a whiplash. Sorry, I compartmentalize. TIFU by quoting a kid's movie at the end of Butternut. This happened around 5 years ago when I was still in university. I was not the most forthcoming 5 years ago. I didn't know how to be around women, let alone, God forbid, have zucchini with said women. As surprising as it may seem then, I was going through quite the dry spell that year, and had resigned myself to studying instead and little else. However, as with all things in life, the moment you stop looking is the moment you find it. I found myself back at this girl's house who was studying in the UK for that year. She was from Slovenia, somewhat unimportant detail other than those Brits who voted leave and now see me as part of the EU problem somehow, and absolutely gorgeous. I was punching way above my weight and thought I should relish every one of the seconds I knew I was going to enjoy with this girl. Again, unsurprisingly, I did not quite go the distance. I was, however, in a state of absolute delirium, that post-coconut fuzz where everything in the world seems grand, and nothing could take that away. Apart from me, of course. She, rightly so, tried to, get me going again, for my first attempt was so poor. However, in my state of delirium, and ultimately recovery, I was in no fit state to do so just yet. She goes to sit atop of me. My brain goes into a strange autopilot. I gently push her to the side to stop her sitting down on me. Okay, that's bad enough, but it didn't stop there. I, for entirely unknown reasons, say the words "that'll do, pig. That'll do," in exactly the same way as that immortal final line from the kids' movie called Babe, about a pig. Funnily enough, as it transpires, this movie was not a hit in Slovenia, and no amount of me pleading it's a kids movie at her seemed to help as she slowly got dressed and opened the door for me. TLDR, ended a dry spell with a knockout girl, refused round 2 by calling her a farmyard animal. Edit 1, thanks for the gold. You've taken my gold virginity, in fact. That'll do, pig, that'll do. Edit 2, to all those all-knowing butternut gods on Reddit telling me that butternut doesn't end at the male butternut. Yeah, Thanks guys, I know. I was in a state of bewilderment. I just needed a moment. I had plans, but then I coconut up. Hence why it's here on TIFU. So much for post-nut clarity. Some people just can't cheesecake to their senses. And this little piggy went wee wee wee, all the way home. That'll do donk, that'll do. Okay, that is coconut hilarious. I said the same thing to a girl. For the last 13 years we have been married. I had to double check to see if this was my husband's Reddit account. Then I remembered, right, we're just coming to 12 years married. TIFU by asking Siri to play me a song and making her worry about my mental health. I was using a Bluetooth adapter in my car to be safe and not use my phone while driving. I asked Siri to play a song called Make Me Wanna Die, and to my surprise, instead of playing the song she said something along the lines of, if you're feeling depressed the suicide hotline can help you, would you like me to call? I screamed no, do not do that, so of course she did anyway. I didn't want to hang up because what happens if you hang up on the suicide hotline? So some lady who had much more important stuff to do answered, and I low-key yelled infinita rigid confused, I'm so sorry. Based on her reaction, it wasn't the first time it had happened, but I was still totally mortified. LDR, I asked Siri to play a song and she called the suicide hotline instead. Hey Siri, play I Hate Myself and I Want to Die by Nirvana. That was pretty reckless of Siri. Is that the song by the Pretty Reckless? I asked Alexa to play a song from the toddler music station for my baby. The first song she played was the theme from MASH called Suicide is Painless.